Hello, my little goblins. We're back, and guess what? We got a new set. And you know what comes with a new set? An expensive ass set. Because guess what? We're going to be playing Scareclaws, and Scareclaw's got a lot of ultra rares you have to get for it. So if you're looking for a budget list, this ain't going to be a budget list. We got three. You have to get Rykarts. You have to get 3 of them. So this card, you can argue you can get 1. So that's 4 ultra rares. You have to get 3 field spells. That's 7 ultra rares you're going to need already. And then with, I'd say you need bare minimum 2 of each. So 2 of each, that's 11 ultra rares you're going to need for this deck. And this is a blind second, pure version of the deck. We're probably going to do like a Tri-Brigade or something else later on. But I wanted to do pure because pure is usually the most fun. And, yeah, what do I think about the deck so far without showing any of the games or anything like that? I think the deck looks pretty strong. I am expecting to play against a lot of Eldritch and Floateries and stuff like that because they're kind of everywhere. And Lightning Storm, Harpies, a lot of these cards do very well against it. If we end up playing against a lot of big boards, we might put in another Droplet. But I don't think we're going to have too much problems with that. I think the deck works pretty good at building and fighting through negates. It does have an issue, though, I'm going to say, just staring at the cards. Just looking at these cards. These cards can special summon each other. So if I special summon, if I normal summon Acro, I can special summon any other Scareclaw monster from my hand. Problem is, if your first summon gets destroyed or negated or something like that, you're kind of screwed. There's no follow-up. So you already know how I feel about those types of decks. But the deck looks fun and has very powerful OTK potential. And that's kind of what we're here for, right? Let's get into the matches. And at the end, we can recap and go over how the deck works. Combos, all that other stuff. All right. Hello, we're here for game number 1, and we're really getting Cat Book. Cat Book. I'm going to try not yelling when I talk. Our opponent's playing Dimension Shifter. Pretty aids. But I'm going to try not to talk too loud because my wife is sleeping because it's late as fuck at night. Because, you know, this shit comes out 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, we're going first. We are forced to go first, so we go into Babagusk, and our opponent Twin Twister is everything we build. So kind of triggering. He's going for the Braided Fusion, a little odd with the Baguska out. He's not going to really be able to do much here. But since he did banish that Thunderdark, the Thunderdark's going to come back, bring that Dragonhawk. And I thought we were playing against Flow, but I don't mind this either way. Thunder Dragon Colossus is going to be pretty annoying, though, because I'm not going to be able to get any searches off. And at this moment, I'm actually just going to slowly build my field, since he's not going to be able to shift any of his monsters to attack anyway. And now, I think we're going to go on the offensive. So we're going to go into our big boss monster. Look how badass that art is, by the way. That is amazing art. We destroy Thunder Dragon Colossal because we're not able to activate our ability because of it. Which our ability is insane. Look how beautiful this is. And there we get the one-shot Straddle. Straddle is insane. Alrighty. So I want to point this out. You might see a little bit of misplays. And only because this archetype's new and a lot of reading. So when you use this ability, the Tryhard ability, which is really insane, you bring back a level 3 and then you get to search for any Scareclaw card in your deck, add it to your hand. When I say any card, I mean monster card. And that's pretty insane by itself. But it locks you into only being able to summon Scareclaw monsters. So I was going to be looking to go into this Baron de Fleur, but I'm an idiot and I didn't realize I can't do that yet. So I'd rather just be front up than lie to you guys. And we're going to kill our opponent 10 times over. We're going to Baron de Fleur. and our opponent concedes. I'm going to pause it right here. I'm just going to want to explain how he was going to die. First of all, we can use Baron de Fleur to pop the back row in case it was something crazy. We summon Acro, we summon this, we use his ability, summon another thing. Pretty much get all the things. So this guy was about to be around like 7,200 attack, and he was going to attack 4 times. Like, unless he had like 20,000 health, he's not living that. It's pretty crazy. And he ruined it for me, so that kind of made me upset. I was like, fuck. I was like, that was going to be a good thing for the video, but I have to explain it to you guys like you're reading a book instead. Welcome to game number 2, and yeah, we're going playing against Witchcrafter. His deck's looking mad girthy. He's got 60 cards. Alright. So hopefully he doesn't hit that grass is greener, so I don't have to cry. And then he just passes. Doesn't want to give me any more draws. But he's got his best Witchcrafter on the field. We're just going to get rid of this right hand. Shit's tilting. So you might see I have 2 cards in hand. That's all you need. You don't need that much to go into your combos. So Lightheart is going to grab your field spell. Then your field spell is amazing, by the way. Adds a card to your hand, so you add Reichardt. Starfrost, so this is a combo. First combo we're going to see. Pretty easy combo, too. It's pretty basic. Starfrost pops the Link 1. You get to special summon it. And then this is able to special summon itself from the graveyard. Now you have the entire boss monster package all set. You go to Tryhard. Now we get to obliterate our opponent. He's at 8k life points. It's not really going to matter. And this is a great thing about the field spell. We have 3 cards on the field in defense. So now we get to target 1 card they have and destroy it. And it's 1 card, so we can pop back row too, which is very relevant. So now he takes 11,000 damage. Easy peasy. No biggie at all. Alrighty, we're here for game number 3. And yeah, we have to go first. Going first is not really our forte. Our hand's actually pretty awkward for going first. But we're going to make the best of it. I mean, I'm not even going to lie, I was actually thinking about not doing anything and having Lightning Storm. But setting up this negate's actually pretty good. Because remember, you just have to, as long as there's a Link monster there, you have the negate. Because now look what I do. I max C him, max C my opponent, and I'm able to set up Slash. It's not even spelled Slash, it's Sklash. That's kind of stupid, huh? But now he goes for the Gamma, right? And guess what? Goodbye, Gamma. Actually doesn't destroy it, just negates it, which is kind of triggering. So he does get to keep Gamma in hand, and it does make my plays a bit more awkward the next turn. Draw Nibiru, summon Maxi, and we go into Tryhard. Beat our opponent's ass in. The reason why we don't activate the ability here is because he has Gamma. If he activates Gamma, it will actually pop my card. It will destroy it. Because he is unaffected by defense position monsters. But the pop would happen before it summons. I'm pretty positive. If it doesn't, someone let me know down in the comments if I fucked up. Like if Gamma would actually work. Maybe I should have just done it for science. I don't know. But my opponent's actually just brain dead, by the way. He impermed my card. Which I guess he didn't have to imperm it. He should have just activated Droplet, right? He activates Droplet. It negates it, cuts the attack in half, and then he keeps his imperm. Now I get a free thing here. Alright. This might have been super obvious, but in my mind, I'm just like... First of all, it was late at night. Second of all, I'm like, there's no way that's Blackout. That has to be another imperm. That's literally what I'm thinking. I'm like, there's no way it's Blackout, right? I'm like, these decks usually just run like 1 Blackout or something, so because you can search it. But I guess some decks might run 2 or more. Either way, I get my ass blown the fuck out from this play. Yeah, pretty unlucky. We got Nibiru at least. And we just gotta hope our opponent keeps bricking. Our opponent bricks? Can that happen? Can our opponent brick against us? I doubt it. Yeah, I doubted it. Like I said, they top deck Taya. Why wouldn't you? You know? And for anyone saying, oh, that wasn't a top deck, what was it then? You're telling me he didn't play it last turn? Mm-hmm. Seemed like a top deck to me. But he's getting a search. We have this Nibiru though, so I'm not too worried. Not too worried at all. And he just extended his entire board, all his eggs in one basket. Easy peasy. Nibiru. What am I gonna top deck? Probably best card to top deck. And you're like, how are you dealing with that token? Well, there's one way of dealing with it. Straddle. This is why I actually think Nibiru is insane in this deck. Because it makes Straddle so good. So if you guys don't know, this is a permanent addition to the attack of your monster. So see how it's 5,400 now? It's a big motherfucker. You know, see how it could kill Obelisk now? By the way, he has abs for days. Holy shit. Guess what? It stays like that. It doesn't go away. It's not till end of the turn. That's a big boy. That's why the card's insane. It's part of the reason why the card's good. Hello for game number 4. And we're playing against Restia, our Sky Striker Fiend. Not sure why they wanted to go first playing Sky Striker, but I'm telling you, I lose like all the coin tosses. So if he's going first, it's because he wanted to go first. But yeah, his hand's a little awkward for the most part, but not really. It's really not that awkward. He has one card last in his hand. This is actually hilarious, dude. I actually remember this game now because how triggering it was. You'll see what I'm talking about. So he whiffs on this, which is, thank God. And by the way, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen anyone ever do. Don't do this. Don't be Restia. The reason why it's dumb is because now when this card leaves the field, it gets banished. So now I can just Lightning Storm him, and he'll only have 2 spells in the graveyard. So he's gonna be like super reliant. He's gonna have to be super reliant on his other cards he goes into. So we Lightning Storm. Go to Acro. Remember, we know one of his cards, and then one card's a blank. I wonder what that card could be. It can't definitely not be anything detrimental to me. Oh, man. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Sometimes you can't catch a break. So now I'm here. I'm like, I need to protect this token. This token's my baby. I gotta protect it. But yeah. So here, my entire plan here is to stop Kagiri from grabbing this mobilize. So I'm like, fuck off. No mobilized for you. Too much value off mobilize now. Goes with the Hayate, hits me. Honestly, I thought he was going to go with the Zeke right here just to get rid of token. But this guy has balls of steel. He will not go into Zeke. Grabs Widow Anchor. Widow Anchor does nothing to the token, so I don't really care. Wish I had that. Again, still doesn't go into Zeke. He could have used this card to go into Zeke. I have no idea why he didn't. Alright, we're going to be getting this Light Heart. Field Spell. Special Summon. And we didn't have to Special Summon this here. I did want to set up the Slash, though, and our opponent just concedes. Probably had no way of dealing with the token, to be honest. Like, he had the Widow Anchor, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like he could have done it, but having Kagori in the graveyard is really tough. Because if he's just out of gas, you have to either top deck Module or multi-roll, whatever you guys want to call it, or you have to top deck another engage, right? I mean, otherwise it's going to be really hard to come back. You're just doing 1-for-1 trades, which Sky Striker can do 1-for-1 trades. They're very good at it, but they're only good at it because they have so much extension. They have so much. They just grind you out of resources because of how good engage is. It lets you draw. Pretty much, if you abuse the card, you can draw like you can +5 by the end of the duel from it. But yeah, let's get to the next. Hello, we're here for game number 5, and our opponent's playing Shard Brigade. Pretty cringe. Yeah, Mirage. We are going to Joyous Spring that, and then we get called by the Grave. And I'm gonna say right here, because I know you guys are gonna see this from a mile away. I'm gonna Nibiru him, obviously, but like, oh, you're winning these games because Nibiru. Like, yeah, this deck is very good with playing with Nibiru. You could make Nibiru tokens fucking like 10k attack, 10k defense. Guess what? You can kill it easily with this deck. So Nibiru, yeah, it's a very good card in the deck. I'm not going to argue it's not. We just shut out our opponent's entire turn, pretty much. Now look, is a weenie 3,500 attack, 2,500 defense. And I actually don't know if we can kill him here right now. Because we get the field spell. We end up getting Splash. So yeah, we actually can't kill him here. Maybe we could have. No, we could have. So don't be me. Don't be me, because I'm an idiot. I have a level 3 in the graveyard, right? It's a piercing damage one, right? If I wasn't an idiot and just went and grabbed the spell to boost the damage, he would be right now, he would be 6,400. And then we summon, pop, and then you attack twice. We would have 12,800 damage. So, don't be me. Be better. And get the right cards. Now, the great thing here is we pop the Splash. We activate Splash. There's nothing he can do. He plays Dryden. What is he popping? He pops this. He can't go into combat and attack. Like, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, Zodiac, like XYZ decks and shit like that, they're all going to... Link decks are the only decks that are going to be able to really combat you when you have your shit up. Because they all just go into defense, and then they're all they don't do anything to you. We are here with the final game. And then we go into that recap. So, hindsight being 2020, should have just let this right-hand shark do whatever the fuck it wanted. Gonna be honest with you. Would have made my life hell of a lot easier. I needed to hold on to that imperm. Because now he goes into Nash Knight. And it's exactly... So if you guys know Nash Knight, you guys must have seen other videos I've done. What Nash Knight does is you just detach 2 cards, add a card from your extra deck to it, and then you can suck one of your opponent's cards. Right? Well, if I normal summon this, right? So if I normal summon this card right now, right? Guess what? Nash Knight just sucks it up, and then I do nothing. Yep. My turn's over. And this is kind of what I want to just explain to you guys real quick. If you have Imperm in your hand, I think the valuable lesson here is don't burn your Imperm too quick. Because if I just held on to Imperm, right? What's a board he realistically could have made? He might have been able to make some more. I was just, honestly, I was kind of afraid it was a crooked cook build. And I was like, I have Underworld Goddess, but I don't really want to have to link climb into that to do anything, you know? But I just feel like I probably would have had a much better chance of winning if I just held Imperm. Because I could have just Impermed his monster. And, yeah. Could have just Impermed my opponent's monster and then continue with my turn. And I guarantee I would have had a much better shot winning that. So it's kind of disappointing, kind of sad. But I think it's necessary for you all to see. Hello, welcome to the recap, and I just want to say thank you for watching so far. I really appreciate it, and if you like the content, please consider subscribing. It would help the channel out a ton, and also join our Discord. Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you in there already? It's really good. A lot of people, very active. Like 10 million people in there already. That's crazy, isn't that? The entire base of Master Duel is in my Discord right now. It's like 32 people and like a fucking 600 bots. All right, well, let's talk about the recap. How the deck performed. The deck performed pretty well. We started off Plat 5, and we were able to climb to Plat 2, which was pretty good. It was a very smooth climb. It was over the course of 4 hours, which is pretty solid, I would say, considering it was late at night, and honestly, I feel like I don't play that well late at night. So, and it was a new archetype me playing, so just getting a feel for it and editing the deck and all that other stuff, I would say it was pretty good. Because I didn't play against anyone using new cards, by the way. Every single person I played against was using some meta slave bullshit. Congrats to your boy for breaking the meta. And when I say break the meta, I don't mean this deck is meta breaking. I think it's really good. I think it's a good deck. But yeah, let's just go off the score right off the top. Out of 10, I say it's an 8. It's average. On a tier list, I'm going to say it's between a very good rogue deck or like a tier 2-ish deck. I don't think it's like broken or anything like that, and I don't really know what would set it off to make it go into tier 1 or anything, because I don't think it's anywhere close to that. When I say tier 2-ish, I mean it's just better than like the Blue Eyes and Dark Magicians of the world. I don't like it's hard to explain, but like you have to also remember this is a best of 1 format. So when you blind second, I feel like you automatically have a pretty good chance of like catching your opponent off guard, especially if you're losing coin tosses. So if we're talking about tournament formats, I'm just going to say it's a rogue deck. But I think climbing ladder, I think it's pretty damn good at climbing ladder. I think that also has to do with like your opponent not knowing what the fuck any of these cards do. Half the time my opponent had no idea when there's 3 defensive monsters that I get free pops off of this. So that was pretty funny. Also, this deck has very powerful interactions that like think about it. You have Scareclaw, Tryheart, and then you could also set up a Baguska, which is pretty nuts, and you can have a negate. You know, like there's a lot of like powerful interactions in the deck, and I think that is something that you should not just snuff to the side. It's pretty good. Now, how does the deck play? I mean, you guys seen how the deck plays, but essentially, if you just have 2 of these monsters in your hand, ideally, I'm going to say this right now, if we had the ultra rare dust for it, I had to make 11 ultra rares, so bear with me. Rescue Cat would have been a very good addition to the deck. I think running Rescue Cat would make it a lot easier, because there was like 2 or 3 games where I didn't have a level 3 for Tryhard, so I couldn't OTKO my opponent because I didn't have the level 3 to go search for the other level 3 that would make me one-shot my opponent. So Rescue Cat would definitely help with that. Rescue Cat is a double-edged sword, though, because if your opponent ashes it, guess what? Your fucking turn's over. You might as well say, hey, thank you for spanking me. Can I have some more? That's pretty much what you're saying when you do that. You would have to bait out the ash. And the problem with doing that is the deck doesn't really have that many good baits, to be completely honest. Like, for you to bait out ash, normally, unless you had like the field spell or something, you'd have to normal summon like one of this claws and then go into Lightheart, and then Lightheart search would actually bait out the ash, right? But then you just used your normal summon, so you can't even summon Rescue Cat. So Rescue Cat's kind of like, it's good, but I think it's fine if you don't have it. I think it would make the deck better, but I don't think it's the end all be all, right? I just think it would raise the consistency a little bit more. A little bit more, and it also makes you go. Makes it much easier to go into try hard. But yeah, the only reason we have Exceed in the deck is because Exceed allows us to go into Baguska, which Baguska with Tryhard is a very nice combo that just makes your opponent not be able to do anything, and you're able to set up a nice, easy sweep on them, right? But yeah, the deck's really fun. I recommend it highly. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, you know what I said earlier. But I do want to say, let me know down in the comments what new deck you want to see next. I know there's a lot of people who've been asking for decks for a while, but when new sets come out, I typically prioritize the new set over anything else. Just because on a YouTube analytics standpoint, it gets more views. You have to understand, I'm a slave to the views at this point. Trying to grow the channel. Yeah. Don't hate me for it. But and plus, most of the time when new stuff comes out, most people want to see that. We're definitely going to be doing some fun stuff on stream on Friday, too. Should be pretty fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.